please take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know.
Welcome everyone, Killtech here. What I want to talk about today is about the D-scan, the directional scanner that every ship has, and why this is so important to know how to use. This guide is for all alpha clones and veterans alike, because everyone needs to know how this works. So first of all, when we are out in space, we can open the scanner, the directional scanner, if we go to scanners and to directional scan. As you can see, there is the shortcut. You can see the shortcut too, and if you go to menu, shortcuts, you can change the shortcut here too. Let's see. Okay, I'm not looking right now where to find, but you will find it over there. So let's go and open directional scanner. So what the directional scanner does is it gives you everything that is within this field and is selected in your overview setting. With selected, I mean the settings of your overviews is also present in the scanner results. If I just take it over here in the middle, so to showcase it easier. If I go to the filters over here, you see active overview filters. That means if you don't have any ships visible on your overview setting because you deactivated them, then you won't see any ships here. That means when I open this up and go to tab presets, you can see we can here change all the stuff which will generate our list on the right side, and you can select the active overview filter. What you can do else is just select all for everything, for drones, and for the specific tabs that you have generated. I have general, mining, and warp 2. If I go down here, you see general, loot, mining, PvP, warp 2. That means I still have more tabs that are not open right now. So why would you do that? So when you select, let's select all and do a scan, you will get a fucking huge list, guys. That the biggest list ever. Like you see, you won't find anything useful here for you because it's too big. So you have to narrow it down to the things that only you need. So when we go to active overview settings, you can see it's less, but still we have like a lot. And why would you do directional scan? The most guides you will find on YouTube will tell you the directional scan in use for hunting other players, but it's not only for hunting other players. You will also need this technique for nullsec. When you travel from Stargate to Stargate, you can be stopped with a warp bubble, and there will be players waiting there to shoot you down. I don't know if you all know what warp bubbles is, just explaining it in short. It's a device that another player can place in nullsec close to the Stargate, like 15 or 100 kilometers, and it's quite a big bubble. And when you try to fly to the Stargate, the warp bubble doesn't need to be right on the track you are traveling. It just needs to be close to the to the Stargate, so it pulls you in to the warp bubble. And when you are in the warp bubble, you can't warp outside of that. You can't warp out. And if you have a micro warp drive, if I remember correctly, you can't activate the micro warp drive within the warp bubble. And other players normally wait close to the warp bubble and see what the warp bubble catches. like a spider web. And if they think they can take you on, then they will shoot you down. So how do you don't get caught like that? So I'm in a new system which has some more gates. And what would you look for? So you, for example, jump into a nullsec system, and you see on your local channel some noids or someone else that you don't know. They're probably going to fight you, because in nullsec the most players play on not blue shoot it. So I am coming into a system, I see some people. What would I do first? I probably would do a safe spot. Let's assume I'm warping to a planet. In my other guide for gas harvesting, I showed how you do safe spots, but I won't bother right now and just warp to a planet. You can warp to a planet and make a safe spot on the way, and then warp back to the safe spot, so that you are just saved for some minutes before someone tries to scan you down. So let's say I'm on the safe spot and I want to jump to Redinion. What would I do? I would open my system map. As you can see, I have selected the stargate that I want to go, and there you see the stargate. And as you can see, there is a planet, an asteroid belt, and a moon, I think. Oh no, that's the moon, and that's the planet. So if I would go and jump right to Redinion stargate, there could be a warp bubble and it could catch me. So what do I do instead? I warp to the planet, open my directional scanner, I'm just showing off the use cases right now, and I will be talking more about the basics after some showcases. So now I'm at the planet, and I can see the target, but I actually don't need to. I can see I'm very close to the target, so I can choose a pretty small range. And as you can see, I can now see that there are some ships, some ventures. Yeah, you can pretty much see them. And if I would go like this, I could even change the angle to be right on the spot. Now you see I have only the Stargate and 3 ships on my directional scan. So I know, because we have active overview selected, and my actual overview would show me mobile warp disruptors and everything like alike. I would see them on here, so I would know that I don't need to bother to try to warp to that Stargate, because I will get caught. But what you do, I would log off on the safe spot. Your character will, you can do, if you go to escape, log off safely, just log off, do something, drink a coffee maybe, come back later, and hopefully they will be gone, because you will not be able to go any further with what you have right now. I have a frigate, probably not a good idea to do that. So this would be one case. Another case would be finding other players. Like when you come into a system, there are normally some cosmic signatures. Yeah, that's another great example. I don't have any right now, so I'm warping over here. Hopefully there will be some cosmic signatures, anomalies where you can do combat. Why is this important? When you are in a group and you do PvP, normally you would have one guy which is going forward, and all the rest are following him. So if he warps into a system and he finds some people and he is able to catch them, then the rest of the fleet will jump into the system and warp directly to their friend and catch the player. As you can see, I have now some asteroid belts over here. Yeah, some asteroid belts, but okay, it doesn't matter. I have some signals that I can show. Here, you would also okay, wait. Let's just talk about for the directional scan window for a second. You can change the range of the directional scanner and the angle, and this is pretty much good shown in the map, solar system map from the directional scanner. As you can see, this is our position. We are at this gate, and our scan involves everything within this bubble. And if I decrease the range, the bubble decreases. So if I'm with a very small range, then I can be pretty sure with comments like the guy we are looking for is somewhere here. So why is this important? Let us get a bigger range, because the next setting we have here is the angle. If I decrease the angle, now we only have half angle, and as you can see, it cuts right through our bubble, and now we have only the half. And you can see now that if I change the direction, because the directional scan is not bind to the facing of your ship, so you don't have to turn your ship. You only have to turn your camera for the scan bubble to change direction. So after I did show that, I don't think that we need to see our ship. I'm just turning around. So if I decrease the angle even more, you can see now we have more like a cone, and we can see only this Stargate over there. Probably only the Stargate, besides all the things that are here too. We would only see those. We would not see what is going on over here. Okay, guys? And let's go even smaller. Now, you see, this is pretty a pretty direct place to look at. And this would be pretty difficult to get on, to target something. But you don't need to do that. So what you can actually do is, if you go down here, you see toggle auto tracking, and I am pressing Shift C for auto tracking, and it will move my camera to the selected object in space. So if I open now my solar system map, you can see this is the gate that I selected, and it's right in the middle of my cone. If I select something else, it turns directly over there, so I will be able to see them. Unfortunately, as you can see, the Arlex target is actually out of our range, and you can see that on the solar system map too, so we don't need to bother. But what we will be able to see are those asteroid belts. After switching over, we should be able to see the asteroid belts right now, and you can see we only see this one selected asteroid belt, and there seems no one to be in it, or I don't have ships visible, but I probably have ships visible. Wait, let me just look at that. Ships, oh look, no ships. Let's get all the ships selected. So I selected all the ships, and they are now active on this scanning tab. If I scan again, and as you can see, my shortcut for directional scan is V. So if I keep pressing V, I would see any ship there. So I can actually, I would like to go down on the angle a little bit more, just in case, because if something is close to the object we want to scan out, we would get the results of both or even more. So if I select another asteroid belt and press V, you can now see we have the asteroid belt in the small standard container. Now we can continue this, and I actually found a mobile depot and a retriever in this asteroid belt. So I could now warp to within 0, and I would find the retrieval pilot there. Now I could engage him, web him, scramble him, so that he can't run away. And my friends could warp in. As you can see, the guy is down there and he's mining ore. Minding his own business, could be a potential victim of a gang. So let's keep this up. We were looking, I think, here. If I move to the next one, you see we have a Reaper over there, and we see 2 asteroid belts. So we actually see those 2. So we don't know which one he's in it. But this is the way how you would find someone in sites like this. What you could do also is when you have those anomalies here, you can press on them and it will automatically select them, and then you can press V and it would scan. And as you can see, there is no one there on just this one guy, and actually that's an asteroid belt. Oh no, there is an asteroid belt right beside him, so that would be probably the one. If I go a little bit up, I should not see them again. Yeah, I will actually find this one, but not that asteroid belt right below. So another use case for this scanner would be, if I go back to general, and let's say I am in an anomaly myself and are doing the combat in that anomaly, and I'm in low-sec or even in null-sec, and I see some neutrals in the system which could engage me. So I could now decrease this to something like that and keep scanning. As you can see, we already see core scanner probes. They are no problem for us. Another player would need combat scanner probes to find us, unless we are in an anomaly or something like that. Then of course he doesn't need to scan them down. He only needs to scan us down when we are on a safe spot or something like that. This would be one way to protect yourself, because now we know who is close to us and is maybe even warping to us. If I go actually a little bit more down, I would need to spam V quite a lot, but I would get notified if anyone is coming close to me, and I would already see if I need to be worried. And you still need to be careful, because it could be that that guy is not alone. So if you are in a cruiser or a battle cruiser or something like that, and you see a frigate, and you're thinking that, oh, I can take him, no problem at all. But the frigate just might be the tackler. That means he will come in, lock you on, trap you there with scrambler so that you can't warp, and he will probably die to you. But if his friends are fast enough, they will be at the same place as you before you had the chance to kill him, and they will blow your ship up. Directional scanner is useful in high-sec maybe not so much. In low-sec and null-sec it's very useful. In wormhole space you actually don't see okay, you have a local chat, but you don't see who's in it. Only if someone is talking in the local chat, then you will see the person talking in the local chat. When no one is talking, you won't see anybody, so you don't know if someone is with you in the wormhole. With a directional scan, you at least would know if something is in your scan bubble. Of course, in wormhole space, someone could have parked ships to a pause, so you wouldn't be sure if someone is sitting in that ship or not. But you still could scan those out, and if you find the ships to be in a pause, then they are probably inactive. If you find any ships in anomalies or something like that, then you can be sure that they are active. So guys, this was a quick overview about the directional scanner. If you have any questions about this, you can ask your questions in the comments and I will try to answer all of them. I hope I could help everyone out with directional scanner. I will have to say that knowing how to use a directional scanner is actually a must. Practice on it, guys. You will need it. Practice it, guys. Seriously. Do it with a friend or alone. You need to know how directional scanning works. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, guys. Hope you fly safe, and killtech out.